This is the story of Bill. When he was little, he loved to run around the house and was always filled with energy. As a first grader, things stayed the same. Throughout elementary school, Bill excelled academically, but also showed interest in basketball and swimming, becoming better at both sports. When he went to middle school, things continued to get better for him. He made the middle school basketball team and won many accolades for his performances at swim meets. Bill was also in all honors classes and always made an honor roll. In high school, Bill began to show a passion for computer programming. He took up opportunities outside of school to further enhance his knowledge on the topic. Bill also had great improvements athletically, and in his senior year, he would lead his basketball team to the state championship, while also dominating every swim meet he took part in. After the end of the winter athletic season, he dedicated more time to studying things like computer programming. But during the spring, Bill began to feel sick and sluggish. He slowly became more and more irritable, and he started to withdraw from his friends and family. His mind became cloudy. He struggled to focus on assignments, and he had difficulties learning new things. His teachers noticed a significant drop in performance in school. Later on in the year, Bill would be diagnosed with Huntington's disease. His life rapidly worsened. Bill would have a major decline in his mental and physical abilities, eventually being reduced to a vegetative state. Bill will only be 28 when he died from his condition.
According to the Huntington's Disease Society of America, Huntington's disease is a fatal genetic disorder that causes the progressive breakdown of nerve cells in the brain. Over time, it worsens the person's mental and physical capabilities, and worst of all, the disease has no known cure. This illness greatly affects the lives of people who have it. People with this disease becomes more irritable and depressed, leading to social withdrawal. Coordination worsens, and small involuntary movements occur. Over time, basic tasks such as walking, speaking, or even swallowing become challenging. The ability to think and reason declines, and the person eventually is reduced to a vegetative state. The disease is also genetic, meaning that the children of the afflicted may also suffer the same fate. There are two types of Huntington's diseases. One type is adult-onset Huntington disease. This type tends to appear in a person's 30s or 40s. After signs and symptoms occur, the person usually lives only for 15 to 20 more years.
The other type of Huntington's disease is juvenile Huntington's disease. This type is worse as it appears in a person's childhood or adolescence. This variant of Huntington's disease progresses much more rapidly, with affected individuals only living around 10 to 15 years after signs and symptoms occur.
Experts estimate that 1 in 10,000 people have the disease. That's 30,000 people in the United States that have had their lives derailed by this illness. Another additional 150,000 or more people in the United States are at risk for developing this condition.
But thankfully, there are charities and organizations dedicated to helping people with this disease and eventually finding a cure. One of these charities is the Huntington's Disease Society of America, or the HDSA. Their mission is to improve the lives of everyone affected by Huntington's disease. Their vision is a world free of Huntington's disease.
Of the approximate $8 million received by the HDSA annually, 78% of it is used to help reach their vision. They do this in ways such as funding research and medical efforts to end Huntington's disease, helping those afflicted along with their families, and educating the general public and health professionals about this disease. The rest is used for fundraising or administrative purposes. HDSA is a global leader when it comes to research for Huntington's disease. Since 1999, HDSA has raised more than $18 million to fund research for finding treatments that slow and ultimately cure Huntington's disease. These efforts seem to have finally paid off, as recently a new experimental drug has been found to reduce the presence of Huntington's disease and even cause some people to regain abilities that had been lost to the illness. A research team at the University College London tested this drug on 46 patients. The drug showed to not be harmful and at the same time combat the illness. This is a major breakthrough, and with further research, the goal of HDSA may soon be met. Project for Awesome is a fundraising event started by John and Hank Green, where thousands of people like me produce videos and content supporting our charities and causes. By doing so, we help raise money and spread awareness for great movements and help make the world a better place. Although alone we cannot do so, together we can achieve that goal. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world.